A lot has been going on in the country's electricity market, of course, as we all know that the rising debt portfolio of some of these operators in terms of discos now is a source of concern. Now, last week, Ikeja Electric PLC announced the introduction of a debt discount initiative, which provides various percentage discount options to enable customers pay off their outstanding bills and meets the financial obligations of to the company. Now, the initiative designed specifically for unmetered, non-maximum demand customers was put in place to provide an avenue to support customers, especially those who are financially constrained by the present economic realities. Okay, let's get more perspectives to this new initiative to get the customers pay the debts being driven by Ikeja Electric. I'm being joined on the show by the General Manager, Commercial at Ikeja Electric PLC, Mrs. Folake Shueton. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
On the program. I'm sure a lot of people are interested in this initiative, and I want to ask you what informed this decision.
Okay. Ikeja Electric's major focus is on our customers. It's important that our customers are happy. A lot of issues that have come up over the last couple of months is high, crazy bills and debts that have accumulated over time. Because we're customer focused and we're customer centric, we decided to come up with an initiative that would ease the payment of customers that have no meters. So we said customers that have been owing us from April backwards will come up with a scheme.
April till when? Because
so from April. So anything before April. Any
this year
debt
or
April this year. Anything before April this year. Any debt before April this year that is over 50,000 naira for customers that don't have meters. We decided to come up with an initiative that will help ease the payment. Now, you would say, why this? We understand what the economic realities are at this time. And because we are customer-centric and we want to make our customers happy, we thought, let's come up with something that is a win-win for both parties. We then decided that we'll look at different schemes that involves a payment plan, that involves a discount to motivate the customers to pay and to make it, more importantly, easy for them to make payments on their accumulated bills.
Are there categories of debtors that you're considering, apart from those who owe 50,000?
Yes.
Are there others who have owed 100,000, for instance? And is there any payment plan or a debt recovery plan for each of these customers so that everyone will understand?
Yes. Okay. The minimum amount is 50,000 naira. So we have three categories. So if you're owing between 50,000 and 100,000 naira, and you're able to make a one-off payment, we'll give you a 10% discount. If you're owing above 100,000 naira, between 100,000 naira and 200,000 naira, if you make an instant payment, we'll offer you a 15% discount. We also thought, let's give a flexible payment plan. So we have a maximum of 3 months payment plan. If you pay within 3 months, if you agree a payment plan of 3 months, we'll then offer you 10% discount. Now, for customers that are owing above 200,000 naira, if you make a one-off payment of 200,000 naira, we'll give you a 20% discount. Remember, I spoke to you about 3 months payment plan. If you're not able to make that instant payment and you spread the payment over 3 months, we'll offer you a 15% discount, just to encourage you and to make it easier for you.
Does that apply to individuals and corporate entities? Because I know that electricity distribution companies also not just attend to individuals but also companies. Are there also plans for companies, or does it cover everybody in that bracket?
This initiative is for unmetered customers that are non-maximum demand.
Okay.
And those are residential customers. It doesn't involve companies or commercial customers. However, we're open to payment plans with customers that are in that category. We've had several forums whereby they've come to us and discussed their situation, and we've agreed payment plans just to make it easier for our customer. Remember, the focus is on making it convenient for our customers. If our customers are happy, then we're also happy. It's about the customer. The focus is on the customer. We've improved our payment channels. We have all sorts of payment channels that we've introduced. We have internet banking, quick teller. We have Baxi Box, Power Card. You can use mobile banks, mobile apps right now with certain banks. You can go to the bank to make lodgement. You can pay on our website. We also have our customer care at Ikeja Electric. That's our email address. We have a live chat to address all these different concerns. You can come into our offices. The focus for us in Ikeja Electric is about the customer.
Okay. The total debt portfolio, I understand, for those owing discos generally is about 93 billion naira. What is that for Ikeja Electric? How much are customers owing you in total?
The total.
Yes, that the amount of money you're trying to recoup. How much is it?
Well, that out of that amount, we have at least 20% of that amount that we're trying to recoup from customers that owed us over a period of time.
Would you suggest this strategy for other discos in the country? Would you say, okay, this money is huge, it's humongous, some would want to say. Do you think that other discos should embrace this initiative as well?
I think that it's important that all the discos are customer focused, and I believe a lot of the discos are doing that. This is one of the initiatives we've come up with to ease, the payment challenge that our customers are facing. If the other discos embrace it, I believe it will help reduce that debt that you mentioned earlier on. So I would encourage other discos to embrace it.
Okay, there's been a challenge of a rise in electricity tariff, although that has been taken to court and that may not be subject to discussion here. But some customers may want to say, okay, for this period I'm being billed, I didn't get supply of electricity, even if I wasn't metered. For those who want to complain and say, I didn't get electricity, though my bill rose for a particular period of time, do you expect them to also pay this money?
Okay, for such customers, we have ways of addressing those issues. If you have a concern or you don't agree with your bill, we have different platforms that you can address this. You can come to our office, you can call our call center to address this issue, and then we will attend to you. But it's not a generic thing. We address issues that have to do with dispute with regards to the bills that you receive. We're metering our energy points. So all our distribution transformers have been metered. So if a customer comes in and is saying that they did not consume energy in a certain period, there is a way to determine if energy actually wasn't on a particular transformer.
Even if they weren't metered?
No. If a consumer is not metered, the consumer gets energy from the distribution transformer. Like I said to you earlier on, the distribution transformers are going to be metered. If they're metered, we can actually see the energy that actually passed through that. So even though you're not metered, you get an estimated bill. Your estimated bill, your bill will be tied to the energy that went through a distribution transformer, which, like I mentioned, is metered. Okay. So that helps address the concern the customer would have. However, I would encourage our customers to please call our call center numbers. It's 448-3900. There's 700-2500. There is 0700-552243. Or go to our website to address these issues.
Electricity supply is very important to Nigerians, and going forward, what would you say that the federal government should do? I know that efforts have been made to ensure that we have electricity supply as our generation capacity has dropped over time, but would you suggest that the federal government also comes to assist discos in the country in getting their monies back from consumers?
Yes, I would. Of course, I would suggest that. And the truth is that.
How would you want them to go about it?
In Lagos State has actually we've been working closely with Lagos State. There is a committee that was set up that the Lagos State Governor commissioned recently, which is called Light Up Lagos. And that committee is looking at ways to partner with the discos to help improve the customer issues. So that is one thing I know that obviously the government is doing. But it is indeed in the interest of the government to support the discos, because if the discos are not supported, then the end user doesn't get, the required service that they require.
What kind of support do you want? Does it have to be with having to get enough electricity to distribute? And that brings in the GENCOs in this case. And for the GENCOs, the challenge has been gas supply. They've had pipeline vandalism. But how do you think this impacts on discos generally?
Okay, like you rightly said, the discos distribute. We don't have control over the energy that we get. I believe that the government has to support from the beginning of the value chain. The gas, I believe they're also working on that. They also have to support the GENCOs. Now, we are the ones that are the customer-facing point of the value chain. If we're not able to provide the service that the customer wants, which is electricity, then it affects the whole value chain. So it's important that the federal government supports the GENCOs in any way they can to ensure that we are able to distribute the electricity that the GENCOs give us effectively.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
General Manager, Commercial Ikeja Electric, Mrs. Folake Soweto. Thank you for coming on the program. We'll go on a break, and when we come back, we will be bringing you comments from the Vice President, Professor Yemi Oshibaju, at the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industries Presidential Policy Dialogue that held yesterday. Issues around how the federal government is making efforts to improve the investment climate in the country. Stop on the agenda. We'll be right back.